Hey, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Sharice, and this is Spirit Soul Sense, information for your soul. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you how I became so afraid of being seen and life experiences and resources that helped me embrace completely being seen. I came into this world an old soul, maybe a little sensitive, but definitely an observer of life. And somewhere along the lines, I got the idea that I had to be perfect in order to be enough. And so I wanted to be the perfect daughter. I wanted to be the perfect sister. I wanted to be the perfect Christian. And because there is no perfection in life, any mistake I made me feel like I wasn't worthy or I wasn't good enough. The combination of being an introvert and being afraid of other people judging me made me shy, made me afraid of saying too much or saying anything at all because I was so worried about what other people might be thinking. I also observed my father being verbally abusive to others, and that just had me on eggshells throughout my childhood, which has led to going through the world with a heightened level of anxiety. Not quite disordered, but high enough that it was stopping me from doing certain things that I really wanted to do. So one of my first life experiences that challenged me to accept myself more for who I was, it might sound so silly to you, right? But at the time, I wasn't a fan of being really skinny. I was like a 00, like until even after I had my son, I was like a size 0. So a long time, maybe like early 20s. I didn't start gaining weight until I started working out. So one of my goals was to look more like my mother's side of the family, right? They are voluptuous, they have big boobs. Imagine me, A cup size, just a stick, no butt. I did not particularly like the way I looked. But I met this woman when I was doing my driver's license exam, and she was more of a pear-shaped. And don't ask me how we got on the topic of bra size or cup size or whatever, but she was like maybe a double-E, right? Very flat-chested. And the things she was saying about her body were so loving. It was so positive. She loved how small her boobs were. She loved not wearing a bra if she didn't want to. She loved finding bras that actually fit her the way she liked to be fit. And I was just in awe because I was like, I want my boobs to be bigger. I'm not happy with the way they look. But listening to her talk about how much she loved herself, right, her body, had me thinking, maybe I should embrace how I look too, right? This is maybe 16. I was 16 years old. That was one of the first things that really clicked in my mind. You are enough. That was like a whisper. But I'm getting there. So next up, one of the things that often happens to children who are anxious or fearful is in adulthood, they develop into adult women who are standoffish or defensive, right? Now I feel like I have to protect myself. And then after experiencing a loss in early adulthood, 18, 19 about, the wall was up. Oh my goodness, the wall was up. And it took a few things to bring the wall down. One of those things was I met a friend in college who was super friendly, flirty, happy. She was just a ball of energy, very joyful. She was just so kind to everybody. And I, at that time, had in my mind, the only way I'm going to go out of my way to be kind to you, like I can tolerate you, but to be kind to people or extend myself to people who were not in my circle just didn't happen. I just didn't do it. Giving smiles. I was a happy person. I smiled a lot, but I just felt like she was going the extra mile for people. And I just was not the person at that time who would bend over backwards for anybody because I can't trust you. Okay. Really couldn't trust myself, but I felt like I just couldn't trust people. I wasn't doing none of that. Okay. But watching her in such joy, give to people, invite people over to her house, be kind to people, shout out people from across the way, like who are not even like friends, but just people she knows. I was in awe. I'm telling you, I was like, why? Why? You like it. I wonder what would happen if I channeled some of that energy. And that's literally what I started doing. That in combination with then I was getting my master's degree and practicing interviewing people, which was such a wild experience. I started interviewing strangers and talking to people in a way I had never talked to people. I loved to people watch, but then I grew out of people watching and I cared more about having real conversations with people. So I love having conversations with strangers because you're a real person and it doesn't hurt me to go out of my way to be kind to you or to do something thoughtful. That really changed me because when I tell you like resting bitch face, that was me. So defensive. It took some years for the trauma part. So next is I used to be so afraid of people knowing my flaws. So people knew me growing up and maybe in my early 20s as like a goody two shoes. I did all the right things. Even after I had my son, even though I felt released from perfectionism in a way, I still had my mother's love, even after making like what I thought was going to be like the biggest mistake ever. I still wanted people to perceive me in a certain way. And so I was definitely one of those people who, got the straight A's, was able to do the speeches and was part of the clubs, but you never really knew much about me or my personal life. And that was because I was just afraid of people judging me, of people knowing like who I really was and then not finding me valuable. So once I knew that I was doing that, and it took therapy for me to get all the ways that I was doing that. And I started therapy, I think when I was 23 or 24. After that, I started sharing. I started sharing with people. I used to not even tell people that I had a son. That's how much I was like, you don't have to earn me even telling you I have a son. I started just being more open and sharing freely with people like who I am. I remember meeting up with some old friends and telling them about my abusive relationship and how I felt empty inside at one point in time, and them like denying that that was the reality that I was living. I'm like, girl, I was a mess, okay? I'm telling you the honest truth, like I really was a mess. So letting people who I knew cared about me hold space for me, like practicing that over and over again really changed my life. At the same time, I was doing a lot of work on myself, just at home, meditating twice a day, reading so many self-help books. My favorites are The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle and Women Who Love Too Much by Robin Norwood. Those books literally changed the way I thought about life and functioned and interacted with people. I was constantly journaling and I was meeting with my healer who was helping me embrace all the joy that life has to offer. I started my YouTube channel and then I had to let go of it growing and getting bigger and bigger because acceleration. You want this to grow because you want passive income, because you want to help people and share your healing journey with other people. I was criticizing myself less, loving on myself more. I went on a whole dating myself journey, celibacy journey. There were so many things that I did that made me feel so loved and accepted and taken care of, like by myself. Like I made sure that I was able to handle me. I had the capacity for me. And that made it so much easier to be seen by others because I really don't care what other people are thinking about me. Other people are entitled to their own opinion. I'm not afraid of negative comments. I'm not afraid of anybody in the world seeing my videos. I am here to share, to give love freely, to help. And this is the kind of self-love that I wish for everyone, because if you are afraid of being seen, there is a level of love that you're not giving to yourself. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I hope you were inspired to be seen some more, or at least find out what your next step is to embrace being seen. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Please share this video with someone you think this may help. I really am still wanting more and more people to find my channel because acceleration. And thank you for watching.